Hello, and this is What You Need to Know Recap, brought to you by Mollman Media Inc. I'm Raven Cade. Let's get right to it. Over the past week, Governor Kevin Stitt has assured the state that we are on the precipice of beginning to reopen, and that could be as early as May the 1st for the entire state. And over the past couple of days, certain towns, and particularly Lawton and Altus, have gotten themselves in position to reopen certain types of businesses. But I will go on to say that Governor Stitt has reiterated a couple of times that if businesses aren't comfortable opening, he recommends that they continue on with the stay-at-home order. Here is the tentative plan to reopen the state, and it's under the Open Up and Recover Safely plan. It's called the Hours Plan. As I said before, this plan is initiated to bring the economy back in 3 phases, and phase 1 was initiated on Friday. This statewide plan will be advised from getting expert opinions from the health community to mitigate a risk of resurgence and to protect the vulnerable citizens from the threat of COVID-19, and to help businesses and individuals be informed and get guidance from the Oklahoma Department of Commerce, the Oklahoma State Department of Health, and the CDC. To get more information, feel free to log on to coronavirus.health.ok.gov. The current situation in Oklahoma, we have over 3,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in play. At coronavirus.health.ok.gov, you can also get information on Symptoms Tracker that'll show you real-time data of where the symptoms are, where the hot spots are, so you can know what is still going on around your area to protect you and your family. Currently in Lawton, the following businesses are able to reopen as they choose to, if they feel safe, to be able to maintain the social distancing practices that are recommended by the CDC. Hair salons, barbershops, spas, nail salons, and pet groomers, both in-store and mobile, are reopened. Now, these businesses must maintain social distancing at all times, have hand sanitizers available for entry and exit for the clients. They have to sanitize between every transaction. They have to have plexiglass sneeze guards. I've seen them, and they're pretty practical between you and the employee, making sure everybody is safe and still can conduct business in a professional and timely manner. And the only other stipulation I see is that they have to have it by appointment only. For more information on this executive order, you can log on to lawtonok.gov. So when we come back from the break, we're going to talk about the economic impact payments, aka stimulus payments, and we're going to talk about unemployment and what it means for you and your family. You're listening to What You Need to Know with Raven Cade, and we'll be right back. During this time of shelter and social distancing, remember that stress can manifest itself in many different ways. Just please continue to monitor your own health and all reasons to seek medical attention when absolutely needed. Oklahoma hospitals and clinic settings are safe places, and they are there to help when you need them. If you need to talk to someone, here are some resources that can help. The Marie Deddy Youth and Family Services, 580-606-6719. Community Children's Shelter and Family Service Center, 226-1838. Jim Telefero Community Mental Health, 248-5780. And the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 800-273-8255. Remember, you're not alone, and there is someone available to help. Take care of yourself, your loved ones, and your family. Be safe out there, and God bless. Perfection Tile and Stone LLC has you covered. Over 20 years of experience in commercial and residential tile, stone, granite, porcelain. Get your free estimate today. 405-512-1358. Countertops, showers, new and remodeled homes, as well as engineered hardwood floors. Getting the job done right the first time, it's in the name Perfection Tile and Stone LLC. Call 405-512-1358 today for your free estimate.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Mark Calderon from the group Color Me Bad. Get social with CSM Local on Facebook, where they take care of all your local delivery needs and more. Book your service today at csmlocal.com, making life hassle-free, treating you like VIP.
Welcome back to What You Need to Know with Raven Cade, and we're wrapping up the week's events talking about the stimulus and unemployment, because those two things go hand in hand. With the CARES Act, a lot of what happens with the CARES Act involves unemployment and the stimulus. When it concerns your economic impact payment, aka the stimulus, IRS.gov has all the information that you need to know with frequently asked questions. So, what has happened this week, the portal in which non-filers had to put in their information just in case you were on Social Security, a veteran, disability, things of that nature, that portal closed as of Wednesday, so you can no longer utilize that portal to put in your information right now. However, that feature is still available on IRS.gov, so until they take it off, I highly recommend that if you receive Social Security, disability, or veterans pay, I would go ahead and put that information in and don't miss out. It's better to be safer than sorry. And the IRS is very good at taking features off of the website if it's strictly no longer in use. Now, the other feature that is extremely important for taxpayers only is called Get My Payment. It's right on the IRS.gov website, and it's on the right-hand side, first button that you see. Go ahead, click on that. If you need to enter in information to get your stimulus payment to your direct deposit. Now, again, on Wednesday, this feature was supposed to be no longer available as well. However, I'm still looking at it as we speak right now, and it's functional, so I highly recommend it. If you didn't get your direct deposit information in which you can receive your stimulus payment, I would highly get that information in right now. In the beginning, when this feature was available on IRS.gov, there was some glitches. People were entering in information and it wasn't showing where they could get to put in their direct deposit information for whatever reason. And a lot of it is because sometimes the tax preparer, CPA, so have you, may not put in the information on your identification verbatim on your tax return. That causes a problem once you file your taxes and you're in this situation where the information that the IRS has does not match what you input. And the unfortunate thing is there's a lot of hacking and cyber crimes that have happened in the country where the IRS is strict about information, how it's inputted, and what they receive on the tax return. So it's very, very, very important to go ahead, try your best to gather that information, verify that 1040 or whatever tax forms that you have to have for your tax situation. Make sure that you have that information available when you type in the information in this feature, because you only get 3 times to do it, and if you do it inaccurately 3 times, it will kick you out of the system, and you have to wait 24 hours to try to get back into the system. And who's to say if this feature will still be available next week? So it's very important to have that information accessible for when you use this feature. Now, here's another thing that is going to be happening with the stimulus checks. And I said checks on purpose because there is a schedule that the United States Treasury is going to begin cutting those checks. And I do believe there will be 5 million checks cut a week. The United States Treasury is trying to get money in the hands of taxpayers and consumers as quickly as possible. That's why they are stressing the direct deposit option, because it's pretty much within a business day or 2 to get that money in your hands. When you mail a check, there's a process. It has to be cut, it has to be mailed, and it just takes a longer time to get to you. And at this juncture, everybody needs to have this for themselves and their families. What is important now about the checks is that the information that the IRS has is the place that that check is going to get mailed to. So if you have moved, and you know you have moved within the 2018-2019 tax year, I would make sure that you go to your post office lobby, or you could do it online, and put in a forwarding address information. Put in that information and make sure that current address that you put in is the same address that's with your current tax return. It is very, very important that it matches, because the IRS will not send that check to any place else but what they have on record. And if they send it to the wrong place, there's not going to be a second check that's going to be cut. So make sure you get the money that you need for you and your family by making sure the information is up to date and it matches what the IRS has on record. Okay, now let's turn our attention to unemployment. Once you log on to the Oklahoma Employment Security Commission website, which is oesc.ok.gov, you're going to see the new layout for their website. And there is a message center that provides valuable information about the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation and the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. There is a difference between the two, and let me explain. The Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation is for the workers who obtain a W-2 that have been laid off due to COVID-19 reduction in force. So what you would do, you would file a regular claim if you are a worker that has been furloughed, laid off because of COVID-19. The Pandemic Unemployment Assistance covers anybody that has a side job. Say, for instance, like you deliver for DoorDash, or you're an Uber driver or a gig worker, have any self-employment compensation coming your way, independent contractor, file a 1099, things of that nature, that applies to you. These processes are still in process across the state and across the country. There are some things still being worked out with these two processes. It's not fully 100% fail-proof right now. The Department of Labor is working with, especially the state of Oklahoma, to make sure that people are taken care of in these capacities. And what is a breath of fresh air is that the state of Oklahoma is a little further along than some other states in this process. The Pandemic Unemployment Assistance is still not engaged for the gig workers, self-employed, and independent contractors yet. But the website oesc.ok.gov assures that once those processes are ready for those individuals, back pay will be able to be paid to you from the first week of the eligibility, which was the week of March 29th to April 4th. So I say again, just keep hanging in there and keep checking the website for more information. And if you've been denied unemployment just on a regular basis, there has been some glitches that have been worked out, and I highly recommend that you try reapplying again. And after the break, I'm just going to wrap up some more resources that you can tap into online to help you and your family during this crisis and continue to stay strong. We'll be back after these messages. I'm going to tell you something that is going to be exciting and something that can make you and your family a part of history. Just think about it. We are part of living history right now. In years to come, generations will wonder how we dealt with this situation, and the oral histories that you record with you and your family could be valuable research material. Once you've recorded your story, contact the Oklahoma Historical Society Research Center by email at research@okhistory.org. Once you make contact with the OHS, you'll receive a release form and a gift agreement to be signed by the interviewee and the interviewer, which allows the OHS to add the oral history to their collection to share with future generations. It's very simple. All you need to do is obtain a device to capture the audio and or video, just like your smartphone, tablet, or any other device. Create a list of questions prior to the interview that would include names, dates, places, all involved with the interview, plus backgrounds such as school, military, and other family members, etc. And then finally, contact the Oklahoma Historical Society Research Center by email at research@okhistory.org. Remember, we are now part of living history. Let your story and your family's story be heard today with the Oklahoma Historical Society Research Center. Email them at research@okhistory.org. Welcome back to What You Need to Know. I'm Raven Cade, and this is brought to you by Mollman Media Inc. We are community-centric in our approach of providing you the information that you need to know for you and your family. And we have radio stations in Lawton, Chickasha, and Duncan to help facilitate that and keep you up to date with the things that you need to know. So to find out information current, like right in real time information about COVID-19, you can log on to coronavirus.health.ok.gov and find out real-time, up-to-minute stats in regards to demographics of people affected, the counties that are affected. And what's cool about this site is that you can see the Twitter feeds that are linked to the Oklahoma Health Department, which is Healthy Oklahoma. And then you can also, once you log on to Twitter, get up-to-date information from Governor Kevin Stitt in regards to his Safer at Home executive order that's still in place until April 30th. For more information on the economic impact payments, better known as the stimulus checks, log on to irs.gov, and they will give you up-to-date information about the economic impact payments. But just to recap, who is eligible to receive said payments are tax filers with adjusted gross incomes for individuals up to $75,000, head of household up to $112,500, and married filing joint couples up to $150,000. Like I said, anything over those amounts, like say for instance $75,000, anything over that up to about $92,000 will be a reduction in the pay of $5 per 100. The single filers that exceed $99,000 will be ineligible. Head of households that receive $136,500 would be ineligible, and couples with annual gross incomes of $198,000 would not be eligible. Now, the only thing that supersedes those requirements is that parents who have qualifying dependents receive $500 for each qualifying child, and that is not sanctioned or restricted due to your annual gross income. So like I said before, for more information, log on to irs.gov. For more information about filing unemployment claims, log on to the Oklahoma Employment Security Commission, ok.gov/OESC. Get your filing done as quickly as possible, so you don't have any break in pay and you can take care of the things you need to for you and your family. For more information about the CARES Act, better known as the Coronavirus Aid, Recovery, and Economic Security, you can Google that and find various sources to give you up-to-date information on how multifaceted the CARES Act is, and information on how the CARES Act affects eligibility for unemployment, different types of people that include part-time, freelancers, gig workers, even some independent contractors. KSWO has been very thorough in putting out that information as well. Thank you to them because they are our media partners. So until next week, thank you very much for tuning in to What You Need to Know with Raven Cade, brought to you by Mollman Media Incorporated. Stay safe. God bless.